Hello everybody, and today what we're going to do is simply create a very straightforward NFS export of the Titan, the BlueArc Titan. So here we are at our systems management unit once again, and straightforward. What I'm just going to do is walk through what we've done already. So if I go to EVS management or enterprise virtual server, you can see we have created an enterprise virtual server called EVS1 with an IP address of 192.168.13.127. And if we actually have a look at that and actually have a look at the details on that virtual server, in part 2 we created a file system which we created and expanded from 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes, and that's now assigned to that virtual server. So the third thing we normally do is actually then create an NFS export or a CIF share or an iSCSI LUN, but today we're going to go straight for an NFS export, and I simply do that by going to Home, going to NFS exports, and basically it's automatically brought me up a page straight away telling me that EVS1 with the file system EVS1 file system has no NFS exports. So what we want to do is add, go to the add button down here and give it an export name, so we can call this export NFS. We could put it on the root, and again we're going to leave it on the root of the file system just for this example, and again I can show snapshots, and what is key here, we can do 1024 non-performance impacting snapshots to date. Again, we have the ability to offer caching and caching across files or caching across the whole file system links. Again, this will be explained later on. And traditionally with everything we support NFS v3 and v4, and we support all the access configurations around that. So you'd put in things like no root squash, for example. So literally let's just add that export called export NFS to this file system. And what that's going to do is just basically on the Titan that we're looking at today is just create a very simple NFS export. To prove that that works, it really is as straightforward as going onto a Linux machine, for example. I'm just going to kick one up here that we have and log on to that. And really all I have to do to actually straight away get access to that is make a directory, give it the same name for consistency, export NFS, and then the only other thing I have to do really here is mount it. So mount -t, bog standard 101 NFS, and basically give it the IP address of the virtual server. So EVS1, based on the previous sessions, we've got it down here as 192.168.13.127 / the export name, export NFS, and basically the local directory that we've just made above called export NFS. And instantly that's successfully created a mount to that file system. So if I type mount, you can see that it's successfully mounted that virtual server using 192.168.13.127 export NFS, and here it is mounted against root export NFS locally, NFS v3. If I go into that directory, export NFS, oops, you can see that we've created, by doing a DF, a very straightforward file system mounted correctly to the BlueArc Titan. So the next stage from here is we can actually go in and create some files, or actually copy up some files, and we can take snapshots and actually go into the snapshot and do recoveries from that. Thank you very much.